Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. We are happy to welcome back our friend and our guest, Maria Mongrain here. She is more than a life coach. She's a mom. She's spiritual. She's got this karmic way about her and a firm believer in, things happen for a reason. What you put out there to the universe, it's going to come back to you. If not, twofold. Welcome to the show today. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing amazing. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. You seem so festive. I like those. Is that your chair covers or is that?
Yes.
That reindeer, beautiful. You're all ready for the holiday. Just before we start, just give us a little bit of your background and then we'll dive in for today's topic.
Yes. I'm Mary of Mongrain. I am a 36-year-old life coach and I focus with the love attraction, love assumption, right? I'm adding love assumption in there. We work on manifestation, self-love. It's mostly about the mindset. Everything is about mindset. So I do qualify myself as a mindset coach. Yeah. Also certified in neurosciences. And so now I'm here to share my life journey because having been a widow for the past 4.5 years, my healing journey took me different places. And I'm excited to share that with you so I can help you guys just elevate and create a better life for yourself if that's what you want, right? I'm not going to force my belief on you.
Absolutely. And before we get started, just to recap a part of last week's conversation, if you kind of manifest things, you want things, pretend you have it. Like you mentioned, Jill, go to that Range Rover dealership, go drive that car if you want it. Just, make yourself be in how you want to feel, whether it's a material thing or it's not. If you want to be happy, you pretend to be happy and then you'll be happy. Like simple things like that. So I have to congratulate you, first of all, because you told us last week about your car and you sent me a picture to explain the story.
Yes. So, my car, I had a Honda Pilot and it was due, the 3-year lease was due this week actually. And I've known for the past 2-3 months, right? But in the past year or so, I've been living more in the present. So I'm not stressing out like, oh my God, I got my car coming up. I need a new car. I need to know what's going to happen, right? I have until the 17th to get a car. And so I just for fun, I said, this time I would like to have something more luxurious. So a couple months ago, I went at the Maserati dealership. I said, well, let's go see. I like the logo. I like the logo, like the little Triton horn, whatever. And so I go there. I look at the car, I'm like, it's too big. It's not what I want, right? It might be luxurious, but not even the price. Like I go with the mindset of I can afford anything, right? I may not see it in my bank account, but if you go with the mindset that I know the universe will bring me what I want, the co-creative components to help me get what I want. Maybe it's money, maybe it's somebody who's going to give me something, maybe it's somebody who's I might get a deal. But being there, I was like, I don't want a Maserati. So I said I could at least try it, right? I never put my feet in a luxurious dealership because I'm like, that's kind of just teasing myself for nothing, right? There's no point. And I felt that was not good enough to go and try a car, right? That was my self-impression of myself in the past. And I know I'm not the only one. I know that. And so that time I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it. It's like, okay, I'll go get the plates. And I couldn't find my driver's license. I was like, wait. Looking my stuff, going in my car. I couldn't find my driver's license, so I was not meant to drive that car. I was like, you know what? That's just my message. I says, don't waste your time here. It's not the car for you. And I left. And then all my life, I'm like, a Lexus, right? For me, a Porsche was never something. It's something that you dream for fun. Say, that would be nice to drive it once, but not something. It was not a life goal to have a Porsche in my driveway. But so I'm like a Lexus though. For me, a Lexus was more affordable, was more something I would do. So I went 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago to the Lexus dealership. And I'm looking like,
lo and behold, you're like,
it's not there. But you know what? I was still interested, but it was not a yes at the moment. I said, okay, I got another 3-4 weeks. Why would I stress now? I know my car will show up when I need it, right? It's like when I went to New York to get my COVID test, I got it 3/4 miles before I got the border.
I didn't need that email popped up. Yep.
So for me, it's like, if I need a car on the 17th, my car is not going to show up a month before. Yeah. Because I don't need it a month before. So why would I stress about something that's in the future that I don't need at the moment? So last week was like, how about, I just went online first. I went to check Porsche. I'm like, okay, that's cute. Because I've seen Porsche, and a couple, maybe a month or 2 ago, there was a lady in the parking lot who had a Porsche, and I think it was the Cayenne, maybe. And I said, she parked beside me. I'm like, would you mind showing me the trunk of your car? I'm looking for a new car. Like I asked a lady out there in the parking, can you show me your car, right? And she showed me the inside and showed me the trunk, because for me it was the trunk space I wanted. Like, oh, that's interesting. So 2 weeks ago, last week, no, it was 2 weeks ago. I'm looking, there was this Porsche, because I don't want to spend $80,000. Even though I have an abundant mindset, I still didn't feel the need to spend an extra 30, 40 grand on a car that I can pay. Like for me, $50,000 was around the price I want to pay. So I go and check, new cars are more expensive, but then there's the occasion one, the second hand, right? People brought their lease back. Mm-hmm. And it was $52,900. I'm like, that's something I can, my Honda Pilot costs the same price as this Porsche.
Wow. Right.
So
yeah.
Like, it's got more feature than my Pilot. It's smaller because I was tired of getting the big car. And I was like, well, if I have to pay full price, like I do have money, I can pay cash, but that was not my intention. I still want to grow. I go with the growth mindset now. Mm-hmm. And things just lined up. And I went, I sent a message to go and visit. They didn't call me back. I said, you know what? I will come and announce. I'm learning that with Lisa Nichols. Show up unannounced. Let the world know that they're ready for a surprise by seeing you. And I said, you know what? Mm-hmm. I'll do that. So I go to the Porsche dealership. Hi, I would like to see your cars. I did look at the new cars. And then when we went for a drive, I tried one. Nice power. It was like, okay, this is pretty sweet, honestly. And then it's like, I said, well, do you have some of the used car I can see? Yeah. There were two the same price, same year, 2018. Yeah. One had a lot more feature. I'm like, well, this is my car, because the guy was like, if you order now, it can take up to 2-3 months before we get it in. Oh,
you're like, no, need it. No,
I said, you know what? I believe my car is in stock. Here are your some other dealership. And as we go in the basement, I'm like, yeah, see, I told you my car was in here, right? That's the one I'm leaving with. Yeah. And the beauty of this is, it seems like it's very luxurious, but everything's a vibe, right? Luxury is a vibe. It cost me the same as my Honda Pilot, but actually it cost me less, because now with my Honda Pilot, what I had to do is pay cash the 3 months, because with the beliefs I had at that time of I'm not working, I don't have I can't be financed anywhere. So at that time I couldn't be financed. So I had to pay my a three-year down deposit, right? And so this time I was like, I create my reality. No, I want to keep my money, because if it costs me an extra $6,000 to be financed, but I can keep my $50,000 or $60,000 in my investment, it's going to grow, and I'm going to make more money than the interest. So I create my reality that I was able to do that. I gave them like a deposit, like a nice deposit, so I can just have my $1,000 a month payment. Because for me, if I'm going to pay something, I want to make it fun.
Yeah.
Right. So I left on Thursday last week, and I was like, oh my God, if you go on my TikTok video, okay, I didn't post that on Instagram, but TikTok, I posted like a video of like me, like the countdown to go to the dealership. And then another video.
I have my niece has my account, but I don't even know her password. I got to get it. It's my account, but all right, I got to find you, because go ahead.
Oh, and then like when I got there, it was a car reveal, because I was like, this is my Christmas present, but it was actually a car reveal. They had the knife, and it goes swoosh. Oh my God! I was like, oh my God! Like I didn't like go ah. It was just in my we can hear on the video. It was like, oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Like it's just like I was not expecting that, but that was so cool as an experience. Just shoof, so it's on TikTok. I do have, and I was so surprised because I've been on TikTok for over 1.5 years. I've been posting my grieving journey, some of the love attraction stuff I've learned. And I posted that just the countdown. I got 270,000 people who viewed it. I got
that's crazy.
Over 8,000. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Many people liked it.
Awesome.
I got so many comments. Like that went not. I don't think it's considered viral, but
viral. I think viral. So. That's a lot. Yes.
And it's like, but people are like, why are you sharing this? And for me, the reason is simple. I've shared my journey, and this is part of my journey as well. And now what I want to do, and my goal, my long-term goal, is sharing me for who I am and inspire people to say that your dreams can come true, right? That was not ever one of my dreams, but it's just to say, If you want this, there's no reason to be jealous because you can have it too. It's just changing your mindset. So now what I'm having so much fun to do, because there are so many comments, people are like, oh, stop with the hating. Why are you hating on her? But I use these comments to go and support these people, right? It's a safe place. You're free to say whatever you want because I know I'm safe in who I am. I'm safe in, you can come at me with your comments and it's not going to affect my self-worth. It's not going to affect anything out of me, but I know what you see in me is just a reflection of what you believe is true about yourself, right? If you see me and there's some jealousy because you don't believe you can have it. So I'm like, oh my God, like I got,
what a new platform to start helping. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm using now the comments and I make videos out of the comments saying, well, they're jealousy, like, and then I can help people through those videos because now I'm using their insecurities. Like, yeah, I can share my story, but now I can relate to them and say, this is the insecurity I know you have. And this is the perspective you can change how you see my story. I have a porch, but then like on the video, we can see like tape, like old tape on my door. People are like, well, your priorities aren't straight, right? You should change or paint your door, take your porch and go to Lowe's to get some paint. I'm like, I don't really care about my door, right?
Yeah.
My door is fine. It's just tape that I was too lazy to clean. But I know I don't have to justify anything to anyone. And I know that. But man, I have fun justifying myself and just explaining people my mindset. I do believe the way I see the world is an amazing way. And by sharing to that, I'm allowing other people to, as well, them be fully unapologetically who they are.
Beautiful. Wow. Beautiful. How did the girls like the car, by the way?
They loved it. Now I'm like, girls, that's a fancy car. Like, for me, it's a car.
But no eating in the car, right? Do you let them eat snacks in it?
Yeah, we're borderline now because the last car was such a mess. So now I'm like,
I know, I try.
Your boots if you want to put your feet in the seat because it's a lot smaller. And okay, well, whatever. I can't control that, but we'll control as much as we can, just so that I'll take more care of that car. That's for sure, because that one is mine. Like it's financed to stay mine and not just lease. I don't have to give it back at the end, which is great. But yeah, they're loving it. But for me, it's like people see this, somebody with status. Oh my God, why are you showing your wealth? I'm like, would you have felt better if I showed my Honda Civic, right? Would that make you feel better because it would not have been something that you perceive as unattainable?
Yeah.
Like it's your perception that this is a status video. You weren't there. Like this is for me, it's the same as sharing when I cried when I was grieving, right? So if you weren't there then, you were not a match this, but now you're a match to being to this one, right?
Yeah.
So for me,
that jealousy
it's just,
and yeah.
I'm like, now I'm driving like, this is a Porsche. Like I still can't believe it. But at the same time, I'm not putting it on a pedestal because it's still just a car. It's a car that drives very nice. It's not, and I'm still working on the belief myself. It's not like frivolous, I don't know the word, but expense, right? I didn't just spend $500,000 on a car, which is fine, right? If the people have the means to do that, there's no judgment here. I would like to see that $500,000 car myself, and I congratulate you for having done that. But for me, that car is, because people are like, well, now what happens if you crash? Your whole happiness is just gonna go, right? Like you're depending on this car to be happy. And this is where I use that platform to say, no, actually it's because I'm happy within it. And it's important for me that I will be happy before I get the thing, because I want to make sure that I'm not using this as anchoring my happiness. So that with that car or a different car, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Right. Because we often say, why do you want the car? Why do you want a big house? Why do you want this? Because it's going to make you feel happier. You're going to feel happy. But it comes from within before, because then if things take away, like my husband, if all my happiness was put on him when he died, I would have been crushed. But I'm like, I'm still here. I choose to be happy. Now I'm still working on a few things, but not 100% of my attention and love was depending on his love, on him. Because things, you can lose your house, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But that's where, like you were saying, everything comes from within first. You're happy first, then you're going to attract everything else on the happiness.
Yeah.
Right? Vibration. You got to believe it to see it. So
very true. It's
not that we're faking, right? It's not really that we're faking.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to be happy, I don't want to just be happy faking it. but I'm going to find everything in my life right now that is worth being happy for. That's the reason that I can be happy right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't want, like, you know, I can fake, I saw a lot of like the silver lining, and it's just tricking my brain instead of going down. It's okay to be sad too. Right now, I'm like, I'm not happy that I'm crying because I'm like, I'm finally feeling emotions. I'm not just numb to what's going on. I'm not disconnected from myself. This is sad. Well, then I'm crying and I get like, oh my God, I'm crying. So that's the Porsche story. Yeah, it was. So I did not expect to have that many viewers, because, you know, if I go with everything that I've been posting, but now, like, the reason I post is I'm happy and I want to share my joy.
Yeah.
And this is what I want.
Isn't it ironic it took that to get that many hits? Like,
no, because it's the joy. It's the vibration.
But then with as many likes, with as many whatever, you're gonna get that many more haters. So that's also the balance of it.
But they're like, because somebody said, "Oh my God, like they just ruined your video." I'm like,
no.
Fine. Maybe they wrote that in the comment section, but my video, as far as I'm concerned, is still pretty amazing.
Exactly. It's fine. Yeah.
But I'm glad, because you know what? If I would have had like a viral hit like a year and a half ago, I'm not who I am today. And so those hating comments, I would have wanted to be like super on the defensive. Sometimes I'll be honest, some of the comments I just go with a little nudge of like, you know, don't be
yeah.
But I'm reflecting back that energy, and I just want to have some fun. So it's nothing personal. It's just like, okay, you want to come at me that angle? I'll come at you that angle too.
Good.
But a year and a half ago, maybe I would have taken some of it more personal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, like, I don't care. Come at me. Entertain me, people. Entertain me.
Good for you. Really awesome story. So now we spent so much time talking about the Porsche, but the video, this is important. I think it's great. I apologize if I took so long. My goodness. What were you supposed what? I thought we had a whole thing planned, but we ended up talking about the car in the video, but I think it's awesome.
That's the number one on my list.
Oh, good. So I brought up the right thing. I was just worried.
You gotta trust yourself that when you ask the question.
I feel bad. I didn't want you to get sidetracked, but this is awesome. So I'm glad I helped. I was on your plane, your level.
Exactly. This is why I like having someone else on the show, because, you know, I have all of this, I can do monologue, but you're asking questions that you're channeling from my energy. Every time you ask me a question, it's always on my sheet.
Great.
And you've got to trust that whatever you're asking for question, that's the plan. That's what, like, I'm excited that you talk about this. I'm like, yeah, this is what I wanted to talk.
Thank you.
And
good.
I wrote saying, you know, TikTok video about the comments, safe space comments, transpose my beliefs. People transpose their beliefs and their fear onto me. Share joy. So your question was exactly what I wanted to talk about.
Perfect. I'm glad. Thank you.
So
what else is on the list?
Right? It's not sidetracked. Well, all of this brought me like to, you know, I'm still manifesting love, but yesterday was like a love, like a long-term relationship. And now, like, I saw like the whole video with all like, okay, I've always wanted to have that kind of hit on TikTok. And now I'm coming, I'm like, okay, now what? And now like the next man is going to be I'm going to allow in my life, right? I have to allow him. Yesterday, what came out was like, it's painful. I don't know. In the past, was it just yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, my sister and my stepbrother, they both sent me a message saying, hey, look, I found this person who had, I think it's the same cancer as Eric, right? My stepbrother sends me a picture of a girl in the newspaper or something that had the same cancer. And I'm like, she's like, oh, and she made it. Like, I guess she made it. She had a different one, but made it. And then my sister sends me one that their husband's going to die. And I'm like, oh my God, just want to help them and, you know, coach them. And so maybe you can contact them. So I'm like, okay, there's something in my vibration that's now attracting the things that are similar to what I went through. Mm-hmm. And I know it's because I need to process my own grief, because I'm reading the story. I'm like, oh my God, like I want to cry. I'm like, oh, I know if I stay with the mindset that she's going to go through what I'm going through, what I went through, I'm like, oh my God, I want to be there for you. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I can now, with what I learned, I can now be the person who's going to help them actually stay alive, right?
Yeah, I know it was all meant to be. You're here to help those, like, yeah.
They say, when the teacher is ready, the students are ready. So I'm like, and yesterday we actually, well, just to finish the love part, is what came to me was, my lover is coming. That I want it or not, when I'm on that vibration, he's coming, right? So mm-hmm. I will have to experience this, which is exciting. But what came to me was as I'm, I've met a couple people before, But there was tears and like the fear of being seen fully. That's a TikTok video showed me that the fear of being seen fully and knowing that that's going to create pain, because by having someone else there, now I won't have a choice but to heal that he's not there anymore. It's easy. I'm by myself. It's easy. I can say, oh, I can fantasize about the relationship I want, but I cannot live it because I don't want to feel the pain of my husband not being there. And this week, my daughter has been crying a little more for him. And it's been, and I've cried too. Yesterday, like we were singing a song I was singing like for bedtime, just before bed. My daughter started singing it and I tried. I'm like, I can't sing it today. Today is so hard. I cannot sing that song today. It reminds me too much of him. And so now I'm seeing that man that will be my life, he'll be super strong because he'll know that whatever emotion I have is not against him. He's just triggering the grief from my husband.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to have somebody who's going to hold space for me that way. But I'm scared because now I'm going to go through that pain. Like I thought I went through pain, but I haven't grieved him yet. Mm-hmm. Like I've grieved everything else from my youth, but I haven't grieved that yet. And I know in being in a relationship, because now I'm like, it's just so obvious. It's not going away. It's not going away. Every time something new happens with the girls or me, like every Christmas, he's not there. And yesterday was like, oh my God, like he's not there for Christmas. Because I'm like, I miss my family. But yesterday was just obvious. It was not just my family. It was him. He's the only one who saw me fully. Not my parents, not anyone. He's the only one who knew me inside out almost. But like, I was okay if I was messy with him. I was okay being just vulnerable but he's the only one. And now I know somebody else will be. And there's that fear of, anyway, there's a lot of that's going to be triggered from that. And I'm excited to share that story with you guys as well, right? Because that's going to be part of my healing journey as well. But not just my healing, but my growth journey. Yeah. And that's the fear. But yeah. So yeah. So that's it for that one. One more thing I want to share is that yesterday was vaccination day at my girls' school. Are your boys vaccinated yet?
Not yet. No, I just made an appointment for today, December 28th. He's going to go. The other one can't. Yes.
Okay, awesome. But if you want to vaccinate, awesome. If you're not somebody who vaccinates your kids, that's awesome too, because I know I'm protected.
I just want it easier because like the cruise and stuff coming up.
Yes.
Just like you.
That is the reason I said, well, I know I'm protected even if I don't have the vaccine, but I do believe some people are not in the same mindset as me. So at the same time, I'm protecting them. Like if that makes them feel safer, I will do it. And I know the vaccine from my own belief, right? I'm attracting the evidence that it doesn't hurt me. It's actually helping me. It helps society. And I get to be free. Like, I choose that this is my freedom. I want to travel. If you don't want to travel, that's fine, right? But
yeah, me too. Mm-hmm.
You have the choice. People are like, well, it feels like we're stuck. But you're the one keeping you stuck. You can choose to have the vaccine or not. You choose not to have it. But like some places, the government does have, more things like in place for those who are unvaccinated. But because they have the belief that, they don't know that people are safe, right? For them, with their belief, vaccination is what's most important. So we can blame them for wanting to be more controlling of those who are not, because if you come out, you're not going to give it to us who got vaccinated. You're going to give it to those who are not vaccinated, and you guys are going to kind of kill yourself, right? From their belief. We got to see both perspectives. So yesterday was vaccination day at my girls' school, and I volunteer. I'm like, I'm going to go and volunteer, right? I love this is why I want to work on my terms, because I can go in my kids' school. And it was such an experience. Anybody who hasn't gone and helped in school yesterday, like to see your worth, I got to sit there. The kids don't have their parents with them. I got to sit there and hold those kids' hands. Like I got to do my life coaching with kids. Like I'm helping people rediscover their inner child, but I was actually with real child. And for me, what was not humbling, but like very, not heartbroken, I don't know how to say it, but it's those kids that look tough, right? They come, but then they see the needle and they just like, they're super scared. You give them this choice. You can hold my hand if you want. You can we had some distraction. And at the end, they were like, even the grade 6 students, they were all excited to get a sticker at the end.
Aww.
And when you see that little boy that you could imagine, like the jock in high school or whatever, that still wants that little sticker at the end after After the second one was like, there was one kid that like really got super anxious. I wanted to cry. I'm like, I don't feel good enough. I don't know how I can help here right now. And then after that, I said, you know what? I'm here. They have somebody to hold their hands when they're scared. Mm-hmm. And that was like to see my worth, right? Just by being there, my energy, that they don't have anything. They can be scared, but they can be scared with someone by their side.
Yeah.
And it was so good because I'm like, I got scared, in my grief, and I didn't have that many people by my side, right? I had to depend on myself. So I'm like, I'm giving them what I wish I would have had for myself, right? To see that just having someone there holding your hand as you're going through your fear, your anxiousness, or your grief, just having someone there was so powerful. And then I also, so in the morning, I was holding hands with some of the kids that were getting vaccinated. And in the afternoon, I was like kind of the one put as the leader to go and get the kids in their classroom. And I got to chat with those sixth grader and second, like chat about their fear. So are you guys afraid, right? I would ask them, are you guys afraid? Mm-hmm. And then we would do some life coaching. Okay, so you're afraid because, and then some kids, she's like, are you a psychologist? I'm like, no, I'm a life coach. Yes. Oh my God, I'm afraid, I'm anxious. This weekend I got this show, like I'm a figure skating, and I got this solo I'm doing in front of people, and I'm scared. And we got to the root of our fear, and say if people laugh at you, it's them that should be ashamed, not you. You're there on the eye. And I was pumping them up. I even found one girl. She's a fifth grader. She believes in the universe, and she's like, I was telling my dad last week about manifestation. He's like, I don't believe you. I don't know anything about that, right? And I'm like, I just was there to prove to her that it is true.
Yeah.
I was like, I can be there, the person they need to hold their hand, but I can be there, the person to validate their experience. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I do believe every school should have a life coach, not just psychologists, a life coach, right? Because for me, the belief is psychologists, they want to help you also like mental illness, but a life coach, like, I'm going to be here. I don't need to know your past. I just need to know like
what you want to do for the future. Yeah.
So that was my experience with the kids yesterday. And I was like, my connection with my kids last night was so much better because I could see the child in them. Like they're so grown up. Like she's 5 and the other one is 6, but she's been so big, but I can still see that she's still that little girl inside. And I was like, oh, I see that from me as well. It was so beautiful.
That's beautiful. Now, I hate to say this, we have 3 minutes left. I know, I'm sorry.
But just quickly, for those who want to follow me, I'm on TikTok at Mary Mongrain 90. I'm also on Instagram at Mary Mongrain 90. And by the way, the Mary Mongrain 90 is also my email at hotmail.com. That's the email they had. Like, I'm not born in 90.
That's
and I was so sad. But for me, it was like, man, like when I got that, that's my cousin who did that message like, a long time ago. But I was like, man, like it doesn't represent me.
No, that's
I don't want to change it. I got a couple more, but this is the one I go with. But yeah, you can find me there, or maryfmongrain.com as well. You can find some more about me there.
Perfect.
Yeah. And this weekend, so how are you doing? Are you guys doing? What did you guys do this weekend?
What was this weekend? I can't even remember. Good question. It's something with the kids, I bet. I was supposed to decorate. Did I decorate this weekend? I have no idea what I did.
You're in the present. You're so in the present. That's okay.
I honestly, I swear, I don't even remember what I did this weekend. Oh, I cleaned one day. No, I did. I cleaned out one room in the house. Yes. I cleaned out a spare room. That's what I did. My son's father took the kids, so I got to clean a room, and it made me feel so good.
It feels so good because you're like, I have accomplished this, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
On the back burner for so long, and like, oh my God, it's finally done.
Yeah, I got to organize where Santa's hiding his gift, and that's the room. And I had so much junk in there, so it feels so much better. And I cleaned all the bedspreads, and then yeah, everything's great. I feel better when I'm clean.
Oh my goodness, bedspread on top of that, like yes. Leveling up there.
Oh, thank you. I apologize though. We have to go, so let me just say, I love you. Can't wait to see you next time you're in New York. And I'll talk to you again before the cruise, right?
Yes, next week. Next week is our last time before Christmas.
Yay!
Next Tuesday, let's do something festive.
We will. All right. Sounds good, sweetheart. You're coming to me or I'm coming to you. You have a great day.
You too.
Thank you for everything. Bye-bye, hon. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.